Alright, welcome to another Tie of the Week, the last one of the year. Happy New Year's. We are live here once again on YouTube. A little something different tonight. We will be tying up some pretty big hoppers. Grab a couple of hooks, get our hooks ready. And we are going to just take a couple minutes, take about 5 minutes here. We're going to hit that share button a couple of times. So how's everybody doing tonight? Let's see how we're doing out there. How's everybody doing? Whoa, got to turn that volume off. Otherwise we're going to get into an endless cycle of feedback, and that's not going to be too much fun for everybody because, I don't know, you already have to hear me once. But thank you once again for joining me. I always enjoy looking forward, always enjoy doing this once a week, and I have a lot of fun doing this. So we're going to get to it here in just a few minutes. Been pretty busy this last few weeks. We are going full tilt, getting everything prepared for the school's grand opening. I've been talking with Beaver Island Brewery, a local brewery here in St. Cloud, and we're going to be getting some dates lined up, some classes scheduled. We're going to have some good times. Publish, publish, publish. It's all about hitting that share button. So if you're watching, go ahead and hit that share button for me. Most definitely appreciate it, because the more people that tune in and watch, I think, I don't know, a little bit more interaction. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, I encourage you to connecting. Alright. That's going to probably happen 1 or 2 more times tonight for whatever reason. But fear not, if we do lose signal momentarily, we do come right back. So, thanks Jen, thanks for tuning in. Who else do we got out there? We got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 people watching, and it's almost 6 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get a couple of hooks ready. Ouch. Booyah, we got the pigeon in the house. Hiya, pigeon. We got Tim. Tim, welcome. Alright, so let's go ahead and get things started. We'll do roll call. Classes in session. Let's do some roll call. Let's go ahead and just give a shout out to what's your big New Year's fishing resolution is going to be. What's your 2018 goal for fishing? Jimmy, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Last fly of the year was a Gordon Quill. Yeah, it was a pretty good looking one too. All right. So tonight, we'll get that little guy out of the way. We'll move the camera and we're gonna come in just a little bit. Here we go. Anyways, we'll get things started. We're tying up some foam hoppers. Hop, hop, hop. And we're gonna do this on a Moonlit 057. Nice big hopper. We're going big. We're going big tonight. Gotta come up just a little bit on the camera. Here we go. So let's go ahead and get our bodies out. Punch these out a little bit earlier today. And what's neat about this is a very frugal tie because the foam is cheap foam from the craft store. And I punched it out myself. It was little beaver tail foam hopper powder, a 10 carat popper. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. And what you're going to end up using for the wing is this foam material that actually came as a packing foam with my box that Tim Hartman, or Steve Hartman Woodworking made for me. So anyways, this was just some packing material, and we're going to just use these 2 pieces of craft foam. I decided to go with some 210 denier. This is a nylon yellow. It looks like we got some split ends there. A little coming off of both sides of the spool. That's no good. Well, we'll give it a try. Alright, so with most foam hoppers, we're going to go ahead and just build a thread base all the way down. So we're going to tie in our thread up front, because eventually I am going to be adding a little dab of Gluea, and I want that to soak into something, and that something is going to be some thread. Yeah, so I did not get anything out for Christmas Eve live stream time. Unfortunately, I came down with the flu just leading up to Christmas, and I was in pretty rough shape. So let's measure this out. First things first, let's go ahead and trim off our little nubs. I could use scissors, or I could use the fingernail clippers, wherever they might be. But since they're not handy, we're just going to use the scissors. You know how things migrate on the bench. Buried. Alright, so I'm just going to round off this front end. And just like that, the fingernail clippers work wonders for kind of keeping the edges down a little bit. So tonight, I'll be bringing in the New Year's. Yo, 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 welcome, Mary. I will be heading over to the VFW to bring in the new year. I am hosting our trivia night. Alright, so I got a light and I got a tan. I need to go ahead and put those two together. Alright, so we got some gel control Loctite. Nothing fancy. Nothing too fancy. And the relative humidity in this house right now is about 5%. So this glue should work pretty quick. And like that. We are golden. Actually, we're brown. Alright, so this is going to measure out, and I want the head to overlap the eye of the hook just a little bit. So I'm just going to tie that in there, but before I tie that in, I want to add just a little bit of a little red tag end. So I have a little bit of red Congo hair, and let's go ahead and just peel off just a few strands because we're going to fold this over a couple of times. Alright, so there's our red Congo hair. And like I said, I'm just taking a small little tuft. We'll fold that over. There we go. Just a small little tuft at the end. That's all we're going for, but I'm going to run this the full length of the hook just to keep the body profile where I want it. Keeping that on the top side of the hook because I don't want to affect the hook gap at all. Here we go. And now we can just work our thread back to the rear. Here we go, like a little firecracker. All that for that. Alright, now we can get this body on. I'm going to go dark side down. I'm just going to line that up actually right with the eye of the hook, because that works out perfectly on the back end. So we're going to carefully give this all a big squeeze. And we're going to turn on our thread. Hopefully we're not going to cut it. Couple of turns on the shank. Actually, we'll bump our thread forward just a little bit. And we'll do another segment. And this looks like a good point to tie in our first round of legs. This is going to be a little hopper leg coming off the back end. Let's go with these hot orange bug legs. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull out a pair of those. And let's go ahead and just do the whole full wrap around. We'll leave a nice long leg in the back there. And let's go ahead and just take one turn on it. Since this kind of wants to peel out, we'll go ahead and just match that with the other side. There we go. We're getting there. Sometimes with these rubber legs, it just takes a little bit of twisting and pulling, and a moving and a shaking. I like it. Alright, we'll bump our thread forward to our next segment. And we'll take a couple of turns on the shank. Alright, let's go ahead and just bump these legs forward. One more notch. So we're going to trim that there. So we're going to tie in these legs again. Except we're going to pull them back a little bit. What is a sprout hook? A sprout hook is the style of the bend. A sprout hook will get you a little bit more of a hook gap. So for example, here is a, alright, we'll slide the hopper back for a second. Okay, so here's a Mustad 3366. This is a sprout bend. And the other one is a Moonlit ML057. They're both size 2. And let's go ahead and compare if we can. We'll use that one for that one. And right away we can see, maybe if we do it like a mirror, you can kind of see the difference in the bend. Now the gap, the tips are about the same. But it all comes down to just the overall bend of the hook. Now say there's also a the Limerick style bend for the streamer hooks. Like something on like an eagle claw. This is a smaller hook, but it's just more of a rounder shank on that, or bend on that. So that's kind of more or less the difference. That's what a sprout hook is. Alright, let's bring our hopper back into action. Alright, so we got this leg tied back in. And let's do the other side. Do one turn. I like it. Alright, now we're going to bump this up on that whole big thorax area. I'm just going to pinch this one down one last time. And I'll run this leg forward. And we'll run this leg forward. So we'll end up with 6 legs on either side. And we can go ahead and just trim this down just a little bit to get it out of the way. And we'll trim that down just a little bit to get out of the way. So there we're at so far. And I think at this point would be a good opportunity to tie in our wing. What do you say? I think that'll work if we just do that whole piece of the body on there. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Let's tie on a wing. Alright, so I'm just going to take a couple of turns. And I think I'm going to do some sort of fold back on that front part of that wing. So I'm going to go right behind the head now. I'm just going to tie in this wing a little bit more. I think we can do something else. I think we can do one more thing up there. Let's get a little, it needs a little something up top. Just a little bit of flash or something. How about this will work? Yeah. Let's do a little bit of this Northern Lights. A little bit of Northern Lights copper orange. And we'll do 1, 2, 3 strands out of the bag. Because you know how I like to multiply. Because these kind of have a little bit of weird edge on that. So I'm going to trim that down. We'll fold that over once, we'll fold it over twice. And huzzah. I think that'll add just a little something extra right behind the head. And I left that little tab in there, so I'm going to fold that back. Let's see if we can't capture, just fold that into a little bubble. I think so. It's definitely going to be visible, that's for sure. I don't know if I like that flash in there. I'm thinking maybe the flash could have went underneath that wing. We'll try it on the next one. How about it? Alright, let's go ahead and finish this off. You know how many turns on the whip finish we need. If we can find our whip finish. Here it is. We'll go right underneath. 1. And we'll drop our connection for a quick second and return. Alright. Just a little, did get a little bit of wrap around that. That's alright. That's a pretty big chunk of foam. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a little something different on this next one. I'm just going to smear this glue in there. Fill some of that gap. Alright, but this is what we're going to do for the next one. Let's go ahead and set that one off to the side, because we need to find a little bit of mono. And, you know, I'm just going to leave those legs just kind of as is. I think those came out perfect. So we're going to set this off to the side, let that glue dry. We're going to get our next one ready, and I need a little bit of mono. Let's see which mono this is. Not quite big enough. We need something with a little bit of backbone to it. Where would I have put that? Here it is. This is what I'm talking about. We got some 18-pound mono here. So is the RS2 a good fly? Absolutely. 100%. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to tie in a piece of mono. We're going to do a mono on either side of the shank of the hook. And what that's going to do for us is that's going to give us a broader stance for our hopper to tie into. Are we tracking? Clear as mud. Let's come in there a little bit. So we'll start on the near side. Run that all the way forward. And we'll take this all the way to the rear. We'll bring our thread forward. It's almost going on like a pontoon. We've got our centerpiece, or almost like a hot dog bun, if you will. This way we end up with a nice flat surface for that foam to flop onto. And we'll check this out here in just a second. Let's go ahead and trim off the mono. And we'll clean up our end. There we go. Alright, so now we can see how wide of a stance that has now. And that's going to help us keep this. It'll help keep it afloat too. So that's what we got going with that. The RS2, yeah, back to the RS2. I like the RS2. RS2, I like a little Sparkle Wing RS2. If you want to get into RS2s and reading some about that, I would recommend looking to Pat Dorsey. He's got all sorts of fun stuff. Alright, so this last one we did a little bit of red Congo hair for a little shuck sticking out, but this time we're going to add just a little bit of orange shuck yarn. Nope, I don't think I've seen you tie a RS2 yet. So let's go ahead and get a little, pull out one strand of this orange shuck yarn. And again, I'm just going to go for that little nub right off the back end. Just a small little tag end. You know what we could do? Yeah, we'll tie that all the way in up top. Why not? And that full length. And now we can just take our thread and work our thread back. Alright, we'll get our body ready. Gotta glue that together first. I got a tan and a brown. There we go. This one had a little bit of wing damage as I was trimming it off. Let's gotta glue the bodies together. So yeah, as we come towards the end of 2017, I just want to take an opportunity. Hold on, let's see here. What's the question? Yes. Not sure if I've tied it yet. Do it. You want me to tie an RS2 right here, right now? Could you tie one on top of one? I don't know. I'm not understanding. I'm not tracking PJ. I need... There it is. Foam, hook foam. Oh, I see. Sandwich. I suppose you could. Yeah, absolutely. So you're suggesting, you're asking if we could do this. One underneath and one on top. Hey, we got the 406 Flyboys in the house. I guess you'd have to just, you'd have to pierce. You know what? Let's do it. What we're going to have to do, let's see, what did we do on this last one? We did a tan top and a dark bottom. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to figure out where we need to pierce our foam. To accommodate for the hook. Because when we slide that up, it's right where we want it. So we'll go right there in the middle. Ouch. Go with the old slideroo. We're gonna lose that beaver, that little inside. Well, we could see what happens. Alright, so now when we move the thread forward from now on, we just have to split the sandwich up. We'll give it a little bump. Here we go. We got something cooking. You know what we could actually do is just run our legs like that now. In between. Let's do that. We just got to get 1 or 2 turns. That's going to just flop forward like that. Alright, we'll bump our thread forward. Well, I tell you what, this is a pain in the butt to do it this way. It works, but it's a pain. I think it's just a lot easier to just glue it on. Alright, let's go ahead and tie in the legs on this side. And I need more legs. I need more legs. I need more legs. Let's do this on the far side. There we go. And I believe this was, I will tie in our legs one more bump forward, or wing rather. So I'd pull this one forward, and let's pull this one forward. There we go. I like it. We're getting there. Alright, now this time we're going to do our crystal flash under our main wing. Our Northern Lights flash. Let's fold that over once. Let's fold this over twice. Just a little bit. Just a little dab will do ya. Gotta trim this leg down. It is way too long. That's too long. Alright, now let's get this wing on. We'll just run that full length. This is gonna float like a cork, folks. And we'll bump our thread forward a little bit. Take this in right behind the head. And this has been just an absolute balance of tension and letting it go just a little bit, because you don't want to put way too much tension and just absolutely absorb that whole thing. Let's see, what else can we do? I know what we can do. Think that'll work? Maybe that'll have to be a... Yeah, we'll leave it at that. And why not? We'll give it a little bit of a hot spot on top. We'll just use a little dab of the shuck yarn. I think I should knot the legs up. Yeah, we could do that. we could do that. We'll just add this little patch up front. And do our whip finish. And we'll get the thread out of the way. Alright, let's glue the head down. Let's put the bobbin out of the way for now. Alright, so hopefully we won't glue our fingers too bad. A little bit on the bottom. And a little bit up top. Ouch. It's a sharp hook. Butkin. Just a little squeeze, little squeeze. And it does look like we ended up with a little bit of thread sticking forward up front here. But being the first time running it this way, that's alright. Alright, so Pigeon says we should knot up these legs. Come on, let's split that open. There we go. Come on, legs. We can do it. It's all about getting the right twist, getting the right bite on it. Happy New Year, Steve. Thank you for joining. It's the last tie of the week. This is the tie of the year. It's the last one. But we'll be back in 2018 ready to have a good time. tying more flies, moving forward, making new friends, etc., etc. All right, so this one, we're going to trim down just a little bit in the front. And we're going to trim down just a little bit on that one. And here we go. He's waving. Hello, Happy New Year's. So, yeah, I think we're gonna leave it at that one for tonight. But yeah, it is possible to, you end up with two different types of bellies. This one's all glued up. Oh yeah, I guess I could have took a second on on those legs. Yeah. Tweezers, just grab your material. And a lot of times it'll have you can put just a little loop in it. If you can just get that little loop in there and just hold it just a little bit. And you saw if I ended up not being able to pop that out, I can just put this in and expand the tweezers. Hello, Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. All right, everybody. That's going to be it for me tonight. I have to get ready for trivia night at the VFW. So, yeah. New Year's resolution. I am going to read even more. That's my goal. I have a lot of fly tying books, but I also have a lot of fly fishing related books that I would like to get through. And yeah, it's good times. As much as we're very dependent and enjoy stuff like YouTube and social media, just take a few minutes by yourself, kick back, relax, crack open a book, and just lose yourself for a little while. It's a lot of fun. You won't regret it. I'm just going to leave that back end split open. I think so. All right. It's been a great year. Hooked up with a lot of people. We started all tied up fly tying school. First things first, Pigeon Fly Tying and we got hooked up, started chatting with each other, which led to another thing, which led to the Fly Life Company, which led to the 406 Fly Boys. It's a lot of fun moving forward, making friends, meeting friends. And it came up today, online arguments, guys, gals, you're never going to win. Don't even bother. Don't waste your time. Oh yeah, by the way, nice shirt. This is the 406 O-Fish. The O-Fish, Fly 406 Flyby. Little dinner on there. Well-loved shirt. Gonna bring in the New Year's with the 406 Flyboys. Yeah. That's going to be exciting this summer. Meeting up with Steve and Mary out in Montana. The Husingfeld clan will be invading the 406. So, and I believe that's in July. And there might be rumors of a road trip possibly in April, which we need to start talking about, folks. 406 Flyboy team. Need to figure this out. If it's this year or next year or whatever year. So, I like this little grasshopper. Alright. Well, I'm going to cut off before it gets cut off. So, happy tying, everybody. Happy New Year's. And with little foam hopper here. Tight lines. Peace.